Thank you for watching another edition of Inside IU Volleyball with Sherry Dunbar. I'm Cody Sherritt. It's an exciting week on campus as Saturday it's the world's greatest college weekend in the Little 500 race. Coach, have you ever been to the race?
And you forgot Lil Wayne concert tomorrow night too. So
are you going to that?
I'm not going to Lil Wayne, but I heard some of our kids are going to go. So
I could see you singing along.
Could you? I have no idea one song that he sings, so that would be a huge problem, wouldn't it? Yeah, the best college weekend in the country. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I know we're going to be gone on Saturday. Well, I'll be recruiting, and the team will be down playing, but they'll be back in time for some of the festivities, I'm sure. But it is so much fun. There's so much energy on campus, and it's serious. I mean, these guys and ladies, they train year-round for this event. And I know there was a movie, Breaking Away.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah, that's how you got to kick off the week.
That's exactly right. So, you know, it's just so exciting. It's a tradition, and that's what I like about it is the tradition part. So I'm excited for our kids to be home and be able to see some of it.
This sounds horrible, but I go for the Rex.
You do?
That's the best part, seeing the falls.
You want to see the blood splatter, huh?
Yeah, it sounds horrible, but it's like NASCAR.
That is horrible. I'm going to tell you
that. Earlier this week, the team went to the Hoosier Hills Food Bank and it was the Team Friday, and they helped prepare for a big food drive.
Yeah, it was nice. You know, I mean, it was another fun Friday, and it was fun in the sheer fact that we were able to help them out. I know they were boxing a lot of foods. That's a federal program, and a lot of food comes in there, and then they distribute it out to other communities. And what we were doing is for senior citizens. And, of course, as we know, our kids, even at 7 o'clock in the morning, have a ton of personality and very competitive in assembly lines, loading these boxes and trying to do record times and everything. And but, you know, it's just a great time to spend together, and knowing that we're helping out the community and working together on something like that. Was very different than some of the other fun Fridays, but I thought it was just as beneficial and really got them some exposure into some different things.
Yeah, and even you and I got involved, and
Yep.
It doesn't sound like folding plastic bags would be a lot of fun, but as you said, even at 7 a.m., this team makes it fun.
Yeah, I mean, we're sitting around a big table, and we're folding plastic bags because they will staple things to it, and that is their huge fun drive, and they will go at every porch in Bloomington,
something
basically.
like 50,000.
50,000, yeah, and try to get a lot of food back into the food bank for the rest of the year, basically. And so, you know, we're sitting around the table, and it just starts stories, you know, and the kids just start talking, and it's so fun to listen to them and watch them work together and talk together and everything. They just have a great dynamic about this team.
They even helped me schedule my classes for
See?
the fall.
So look at that.
Very beneficial for me.
You are part of the family now.
The team faced in-conference and in-state rival Purdue this weekend at U Gym.
Mm-hmm.
Fell 3-0, but what kind of positives do you pull out of that?
Yeah, I think, you know, you have to look at that. I'm sure Purdue's happy they beat us, and that's fine, you know what I mean? But for us, it wasn't about that. It was about us getting better, and we did a lot of scrimmage opportunities in the beginning, and when we were fresh with the people we had available to play, I thought it was very, very good. I thought our defense was excellent in that part of the scrimmage. And I really thought, you know, and we pointed this out to the kids, but I thought Caitlin and Ivy really stepped up big all day on Saturday. And I thought we learned a lot, and that's what spring's all about. You know, obviously, yes, if you can win, but in the situation we're in right now with so many injuries and illnesses and stuff, you know, we've got to individually get better. And so that was what it was about for me, and seeing Ivy go up and take some really big swings and do some things that she hadn't done in the past and play 6 rotations, which she hasn't done. And Kate be a really good leader. And then to point out some of the things that we didn't do great and start working on it again in practice this morning. So it's a learning environment right now. I mean, this isn't about wins and losses in the spring. It's about getting ready for fall and getting ready to introduce and have 5 new players come into that family. So I thought it was very beneficial for that, and we had some good conversations about it. We'll look at stats and film and learn from that aspect of it too. And then this week, try to improve on those things, which I think even this morning we improved on our serving. And then try again this next Saturday and see what improvements and see if we can get more people stepping up like Ivy and Kate did, and I think that will really help us.
And after the match, I talked to Mary Shadoin, who was back from battling pneumonia, and Ivy, who you said stood out.
It was great to be back out on the court. You know, I had my rough parts for sure, but I was just so excited to be back out there with the team.
It was just nice to be able to play a Big Ten team because that's the competition that we're going to be playing all year long. And it was rough, but we know what we have to change now. And knowing that Purdue is the kind of team that we'll be playing all year long is good because we know that at times we can fight, and right now we just need to learn how to fight all the time because it's not going to get any easier than that.
Individual play was really positive. Ivy had a great day, Kate had a great day, and as a team we had some points where we just played really well, and we as a team need to take that and learn from it and figure out how to keep that consistent.
Hey, welcome back to the IU Coaches Show with Sherry Dunbar and my special guest. I get to do the interviewing now, Ashley Benson. As most of you know, because you're big fans of our program, Ashley's been out in California training with the national team and just got back, and so I wanted to talk to her a little bit about her experience and maybe her future plans so you guys can keep following her as we kind of go through this experience together. So just give me a general overall, what was it like being out there in California?
It was so much fun. All the girls competed really hard. Every day in practice, it was like you didn't expect someone to get the ball and they just go for it, and it's crazy how hard they work and how hard they train, and it was a wonderful experience.
And I think, speaking not even volleyball, as most of you know, Ashley's from Bloomington and really hasn't spent any time outside of Bloomington except with our program, traveling, and obviously we went to Europe. What was that like? You know, I know now you're maturing and you're getting older, but still being away from Bloomington, what did it feel like?
It was really hard. I love Bloomington, born and raised here. At about week 2, I started getting really homesick, realizing that, you know, mom and dad weren't just a phone call away, and like, you know, if I called them, you know, if something bad really happened, they'd have to fly out. And,
Yeah.
I don't know, I started thinking of the worst things that could ever possibly happen, and I called my sister. It was about midnight here. She was sleeping. I just called her crying. I was just like, I miss home so much, and it was really hard. But the girls around me, they were really supportive, and they helped me get past that and helped me realize that, you know, it's not just about, you know, family. It's about moving past that and like experiencing things, and they kind of became my family, and that really helped a lot. So.
Yeah, I think that was a good stepping point for you because, you know, when we talk about the future in a minute, obviously you're going to look to play volleyball for a long time, hopefully, and so that was kind of that initial step to get away from Bloomington, and then the next will be probably maybe a different country. So I think it's good. So tell me, like, when you think Big Ten and then you go out there and play at that level, what was the biggest difference in training and maybe in just the play style of what they were trying to do with the international side of it compared to college?
One thing I definitely would say is that you're kind of expected to do the things like your position should do, so like blocks and stuff. So out there, I wouldn't get as excited about blocks. It's like, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. You know, like my usual celebration, I block, and like I'm just like get so excited. But out there, it's just like, okay, I blocked it. Like that's what I'm
my
supposed
job.
to do. So I did something right, and it's not. You don't really get too pumped about it, which kind of wasn't that fun. But you know, your teammates around you would get excited because you did it right, and they didn't have to, you know, dive for the ball and work their butts off harder than what they had to. So that was a lot different, and then just everyone went for everything. And you know, there's sometimes in practice where someone would shake a ball and I'd be the one chasing it down. I'd, you know, play in the front row, and usually liberos go for it, but you know, I'd be like off in 2 other courts trying to get the ball, and I got so many bruises out there. It's ridiculous. Like I never hit the floor in practice very much in the Big Ten, but out there it's just like you go for it no matter what.
It's just a different level.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. You think Big Ten play, and we think it's the best conference in the country, and the highest level it is, and then you go to the next level, and it's that much more. And I think it was really good for you, in my opinion, just to see that and to be embraced in it for, 3 months, really, every day doing that. So I thought it was fantastic for you. And so now let's talk about your future and what's ahead. You're obviously back here, which we're really excited about.
I'm happy about.
So tell me what goes on now over the next several months.
Basically, I'm just gonna train with you guys and help coach you guys as much as I can, and after season, hopefully there'll be an opportunity to play overseas. Hopefully in Puerto Rico. I don't think I'm ready to jump the big pond and go gear up and over there, but I think Puerto Rico would be the next best thing as of weaning myself off of home, because that's not as bad as a flight or as far away. So hopefully going to Puerto Rico, but if opportunity comes and I have to go to Europe or wherever, I'll do it. But yeah, definitely ready for the pros. So
I think the two things I'm most excited about, number one, is that you're going to graduate in December.
yes,
And that's, Ashley and I have had many conversations, and that is the most important thing to me. And if she plays for another 8 or 10 years, that's fantastic. But then you'll have your doors open with your degree.
Right.
And then number two, just to have, Taylor's going to be gone, obviously, hopefully being a graduate assistant next year, and to still have you around and have that presence to help our team and to keep going in the direction that we've been moving over the last 4 years, I think is so neat, and it'll be such a different role for you and a different vision you'll see in our program, and hopefully that will help us a lot, and it'll give the girls someone to talk to too. So so we're really excited to have you back, but I was really excited that you were there. I had an opportunity to go out and see Ashley train, and it was a lot of fun, and we had some dinners together, which was fun too. So
delicious.
Cheesecake Factory, PF Chang. So anyway, we want to thank you for watching, and we'll be back. Actually, we'll be back in a minute. We're going to talk a little bit about our spring tournament coming up this weekend down in Louisville.
Spots are still available for the 2011 IU Volleyball Summer Camp. Camps are available for girls 1st grade and older. Registration ends July 1st, so register online at HoosierSportsCamps.com. Back on Inside IU Volleyball with Sherry Dunbar. Coach, we are going to Louisville this weekend, but with so many injuries, what do you take out of the spring schedule?
Well, I think it's, like we were talking about before with the Purdue match, it's so much for me about seeing some individual improvement. You think about that fall, and it's all about the team, and it's how we can get them to play as a unit. And you think about spring in a different philosophy, and just you have to see the individual improvement. So when we do get to fall and we bring in our newcomers and all that, then we start seeing that unit come together. But we need people to improve individually so we can get to that point right now. So absolutely, we're going to stress the 3 things we've been working on, which is serving aggressive and serving certain zones, getting after it on defense, which I thought we did a much better job on Saturday, and then out of system balls, which just means we've had really limited setting all spring, and so we've worked on a lot of times with non-setters setting and making good choices, and we're still not really good at that. So we have to keep improving in that area too. So there's definitely things that we can cut up from the film afterwards, and as we're seeing it work on. So I'm looking forward to this weekend. I won't be there. We'll be out recruiting because that's first priority right now for us every weekend, just with spring season and everything. So, but we'll have a good staff down there with our kids, and it's just great for them to get out on the floor and play. And I know it'll be University of Louisville, and then I think they're going to add Georgia Tech, so they're going to come and do a little bit with us. So it'll be great competition.
When you're watching these spring matches, do you kind of say, okay, here's where this so-and-so incoming freshman might fit in, or that one?
And I think, when we're out recruiting, we're seeing a lot of our incoming kids play. Obviously, they're at most of these tournaments, so we're watching a lot of the things they're doing and even talking to their coaches about, we'd like to see them try this and do some of these type of things. Oh, absolutely. I think you're always thinking that. Where do they fit into the program? Where can they help us? Where can they add depth? And fill some of the empty spots we have right now, or just be competitive in practice and make us better. So every area we're looking at and thinking of with all the injuries and with Jordan and everything, we're trying to figure out how do we still keep gaining ground. That's the biggest thing for us, is we've worked very hard these last 4 years to get where we are, and we're nowhere near where we want to be in the end. And so we want to keep this momentum going and keep these kids really fired up, and that winning all the time is a priority for them.
Well, that's it for this week's edition of Inside IU Volleyball. We'll be back next week with footage from the Louisville match, as well as Fun Friday activities.
And we're going to vote on whether I should be the interviewer or Cody should be the interviewer.
I'm going to be out of a job. She's also going to do play-by-play next year.
Yeah, there you go. I can do it all.
Thanks for watching.